What's going on, everybody? We are back for another episode of Survivor Reignited. I am your friendly neighborhood DadHat wearing wrestling fan, reality TV loving, book reading fan, DadHat, aka Justin. Sorry, I had to throw that in there because I'm reading this shit ton. I'm on like my fourth book in a month. So, yeah, I'm reading like crazy. Somehow I find the time.
I was about to say, with how busy your schedule is, that's impressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say this, like cheap plug, like I've been covering a lot of books on my own TikTok, but one, audiobooks. And for some reason in the book talk world, some people say that audiobooks is not reading. Yeah, it is. You're still taking in the
Information.
yeah, and everything. So like I'm listening to one, like, and so I listen to it to and from work. And when it takes 10 hours to listen to it, like audiobooks are long. But also like I bought myself a Kindle, and I used to be like, oh no, I need an actual physical book. Like I need a book. But one, getting up in age and everything, and eyesight, not like,
Yeah.
I mean, you wear glasses. I have contacts and I wear glasses. It sucks, but at least with that, like you can make the font bigger as
Yeah.
much as you want. So I'm not having to like have it right in my face, so I can have it back and it's still very readable. But literally, it's you're holding it like your phone, and you're just literally tapping the side of the screen for page turns and everything. So you're reading and click, 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 click,
Yes.
click. And what I also like about it, again, cheap plug if nobody has a Kindle and you're wanting to do more reading. As someone I'm a slow reader, like it figures out what your average kind of read time is. And so like when you're reading in the bottom corner, it says like 4 minutes till end of chapter, like 3 minutes. So it gives you an idea of like how much longer it is till you finish the current chapter you're on.
Interesting.
So like, and it helps me too. Like I've read some before, like this week with my family being gone with her parents, and I've had to work. Like I've been reading some before I go in, and as it gets closer to time for me to like get ready to go to work, it tells me, like I'll get to a chapter and it'll be like 20 minutes till, and I'm like, yeah, I can't jump into another chapter. I don't want to end in the center. But if I get to it, and it's like, okay, 4 minutes. Okay, cool. I can read at least one more. Like gives me time. So highly recommend a Kindle. I got the Kindle Paperwhite, which is like the waterproof one. Plus, you can get so many books for free from your local library through the app Libby, as long as you have a library card, and so it just comes straight to your Kindle. You get 3 months of Kindle Unlimited. So I mean, I'm getting free books from there that are like mainstream books that people are wanting to read. So yeah, like I've got like a list of things to read that's like, I don't know, probably a good 50 books now, like of different things, thrillers, horror books, like adventure books, things like that, stuff that's based on pop culture. I actually found, to get back on the Survivor road after I get off my book pedestal here, somebody, a TikTok creator, actually, as I was an author who loves Survivor, wrote a romance novel based around Boston Rob and his wife.
That's hilarious.
There's part of me that wants to read it, but that's romance is not my thing when I'm reading a book. Like I want thriller, I want humor.
I need to know if those two have read this book.
I think they have. I feel like I think she posted something like that. They bought it from her or did a cameo or something like something about that. But yes, that's out there. I forget the name of it, but anyway. Back to Survivor Marquesas.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we're back in Marquesas. So far, we have had Peter, Patricia, and Hunter. Those were our first three gone. Not the three most exciting, cast members ever. Know.
The Hunter one was the only one I was like, holy shit, because like he did a lot and he was
a leader.
Yeah.
We get something. So start of episode 4 is a big deal because last season we got our first kind of tribe swap. And that was 3 random people went on a journey, and just those 3 flipped.
Yeah.
Here, this is the first time that we get a full-on everyone
Has
a chance of going somewhere different and mixing up the tribes. So Jeff tells them to stand on a piece of a log. Pick anyone, any spot, doesn't matter. It's all random. And then one by one, they're going to flip it over, and underneath it is a new buff. So we're going to be
or
flipping
the same buff.
Well, yeah, or the same. You might end up back where you are, but you might end up, flipping. But this is going to mix up the tribes a little bit. So when we get to row 2 now consists of Zoe, Gabriel, John, V, Rob, Boston Rob, Sean, Robert, aka the General, and Tammy. And the new Mariamu tribe consists of Gina, Nalia, Kathy, Sarah, and Pascal as the lone male.
Love this for Pascal.
Yeah. It's so same. No, like evening out the tribes. The numbers on each tribe still stays the same, but yeah, and it's kind of shocking because they, row 2 was such a very tight knit group. But after this kind of mix up, you start to see and hear from people that might have been the appearance, but no, not so much. Like they're playing the game. The new Mariamu members, they're excited to see the change. They talk about the change and how easy it is for food in terms of they're going to get like Pascal and Kathy are like, wow, we get fruit. We're not just stuck to eating shellfish.
Yeah.
The new row 2 members, Sean and V and Rob, they feel welcome. They can't, but they're also like, we were chilling with Mariamu over here. It's work, work, work.
Yeah.
Boston Rob's worried that he's in the minority. The new Mariamu tribe goes for a hike, but eventually gets lost. Yeah, Kathy wants to go further, but the others want to head back. They do find some shrimp. It's a weird mix up. It's a very weird mix up. Like,
kind of love it.
It's also it seems very tense. Like it just kind of feels tense. But part of that has to do with John.
Yeah.
John is he's like, I'm in charge now.
Yeah.
Like,
and when you have people like Sean and Robert who are like, nah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's just such a. It's almost like the V's and the Sean's and the Boston Rob. They've come over here to row 2 and everything. It's almost like V even says like she doesn't want to deal with the drama. Like, yeah. And I'm just
multiple times she's like, you men fight. Like I'm just gonna sit here.
She's not trying to put a target on her back.
Yeah.
The immunity challenge is interesting. It's a big woven tapestry that goes both ways. Like you've got several pieces like this. So this stripe can go this way. This one can go that. But you have to weave each layer to make.
Yes. And once again, Sir pissed me off because she was just standing there. And I was like, go home, girl, do something.
She's trying to get by on just her looks.
Like, she was not even like pulling any of the puzzle pieces. She was just standing there, and I'm just like, oh, we better eliminate her soon because she's gonna piss me off.
Yep. Row 2 gets off to a fast start. Mariamu struggles. Kathy really was the only one that was stepping up and kind of giving, some direction. But it was Gabe and V for row 2. Again, row 2 wins. The curse of Mariamu continues. So Mariamu is going to go back to their 4th immunity or tribal council. So you get Rob, Sean, and V. They're getting their first win of the season, but Kathy, Nalia, and Pascal getting their first loss.
Yes.
Right.
And thank God what happened.
Gina told Kathy, Nalia, and Pascal she wanted Sarah out because of her weakness in the challenges and her laziness.
I was about to say there's no weakness. She's just a lazy broad.
Yeah. Michael Duplessis, ladies and gentlemen.
My bad. Sorry.
No, you're cool. Sarah is just oblivious to what's going on.
Which
and
is
it's
crazy.
Yeah. And unanimously, Sarah and her paid enhancements are gone from Survivor.
Thank God. I'm not, in the 4 seasons we've done so far, have never been so adulated that someone got eliminated from the show.
I mean, it's kind of clear as day to me that her mindset was, my strategy is to come in and utilize my looks.
Yeah.
To further, and because she's not wearing necessarily a bathing suit that is made for competitions.
No. She was not.
It's lower cut.
Yeah.
It's skimpier. She is there to, my looks are going to get me further in this game.
She was probably using this on another way to get on another TV show. She was auditioning for other shit.
Maybe, but we weren't really at that point yet where it's like now where there's Love Island and there's Love is Blind and there's Big Brother. There's not all these things that
or a modeling career. She was not giving a fuck about this.
No. But I was going to say something about her.
Do we see her again?
You do not. Hold on. You don't see her again to play, but something about her comes back around in conversation on another season.
With Boston Rob and his wife?
No.
Okay. Because that would be a great conversation to hear.
No. I'm sure it came up, but not on television. But there are going to be others like a Jerry from Outback and ones to come that play that flirtatious, attractive, Black Widow-like strategy. But they're playing the game and they know what the hell is going on. They're reading the room. They're playing.
She was doing nothing but showing off her body.
Yeah, that was it. So, and we're not body shaming. She was a very attractive woman.
Yeah,
not
my type.
But still, she goes bye-bye. As Richard Hatch would say, you go bye-bye now.
Yeah.
Episode 5.
This was fun.
Boston Rob's not happy at row 2 because he was in the minority and he had everything under control on the other tribe. He thought what?
Maramu found crabs. I just wanted to say that sentence.
Yeah, a lot of people get crabs in this episode. In this season. So
there's crabs everywhere.
Crabs everywhere. Boston Rob thinks that Sean's going to be the first one to go, followed by either him or V. So he's trying to get himself further in with the former row 2. And he finds the best way to do that is through Gabriel, who was from North Carolina, which I did not know. Gabe straight up says he is not there to play the game, but for the experience.
Again.
And that's
why do you say that, my guy?
It's like I'm here for the experience, but if I look into getting to the end and I win $1 million, great. Like it's like no, like
it is.
I don't know.
Worst strategy ever.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but did I tell you that I played a game of Survivor at a bar?
No.
Okay, so short story. It was
Why do you always do these weird like lore things while we're mid show?
Because it's fun and it adds a little bit break into the monotony. So it was. So I have a theater degree. I'm an actor. I'm a director. You know, now that I have kids, I don't get to do it as much. But like when I first moved back into Charlotte, Charlotte has a very large theater community, and some really great people were living here. Yeah, a lot of theater, a lot of opportunity to do theater in and around. Because I mean, Charlotte. I mean, there's Charlotte, and then there's lots of surrounding counties around it, almost like a perfect circle. So like you can do it's. People say people might live in another, like for me, like where we live in another county, but most people just still say that Charlotte's just kind of expanded for the most part. But there were these few there was like these four that I met and became really good friends with, but they were huge Survivor fans. And so when they were in college all together, they would do theater Survivor. So all the challenges were theater related.
Okay, then.
Usually tech related, like who could hang a spotlight, get it focused, and like first. I mean, but they're okay. Who could take stage makeup and make an open wound first, like things like that. And you were on tribes, and so like, and this was for a fundraiser, and the audience, we had an audience there to watch it, and it was fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Well, we had to do like interviews to kind of like promote us doing it to get people to come to this. And one of the things they were like, who are you going to play? Like, who do you think like, and everybody that played, like all 16 of us were very, very big Survivor fans. Like, so when I got asked, like, who do you think you're going to play like? And I was like, a mixture of Boston Rob and Russell Hantz when we get to Russell. I'm excited for you to get to Russell. But
I've heard about the legend that is
Russell Hantz. Yeah. But I said I would play as those two. And I did very well. And I made it up to the merge. And if I remember correctly, I was the first one out at the merge because, and we kind of did a thing. We kind of did like almost like after each one, like everybody kind of had to say like why they voted for each person, and everybody was just like, Justin he knew too much of the game. He knew how to read. Like everybody was like, we could tell he knew how to read people and what people were doing, and I was like, I did. And I saw this coming, and I knew I was going to get voted off that because I knew what everybody was doing. Yeah. And like I remember like, because then after you got voted off, you were just in the audience. And as a participant, I just got free drinks the rest of the night because it was in a bar. And I'm watching, I'm just like, yeah, so and so is going to win, and so won. So I'm just like, I see exactly what they're doing, and I'm like, I just know the game too well. Like. But it was fun. It was theater Survivor. We're sitting here recording, and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, how is it 2:16 in the afternoon? This is my day off, and I'm like, how is it already the middle of the afternoon, my time? Like, that's not cool. So yeah, Gabe says that he's just there for the experience, and that bothered John because John is there to play and win the damn money.
Yeah.
I at least give John that.
Yeah.
they find the crabs at Mariamu, as you mentioned, and they make a whole damn skillet of crab meat. It's like we need a fridge for leftovers. Like,
yeah, I was
never
kind of
seen that much
jealous.
food. Yeah,
That was delicious looking.
I'm someone that's not a seafood eater. I was like, that looked great. We get to the reward challenge. There's 14 pieces belonging to 4 tikis, and they're scattered around the course. We've seen this challenge before. You got a caller who's not blindfolded. You got everybody else who's blindfolded. Yeah. They have to find them. Once all the pieces are back, the 4 tikis have to be reconstructed. And this is something a little bit different. The winning tribe gets to go to the losing tribe's camp and raid their camp.
So entertaining.
Yeah, like it's so different because we haven't had this yet. Gabriel was chosen as the caller, and then Kathy, which I'm like, Kathy, that's perfect for Kathy. She's loud. Yeah. She's loud naturally.
Yeah,
and she's clear when she's being loud. Again, it's being a mom.
Yeah, most motherly thing ever.
Yeah.
And kids are most kids are blindfolded, like in general, just because tunnel vision. So like, yeah, it was perfect for Kathy.
Rotu, like normal, takes an early lead. But they couldn't find their last piece. Mariamu made up the difference, collected other pieces. Mariamu finally gets a win.
Thank God.
Finally. Which
Maybe
is funny.
The tribal swapped, like, helped them.
Yes. But like Jeff's talking about like they finally get a win, and I'm like, most of these people have been winning. It's just the fact that the name has not won of this tribe.
Like, that's what I found funny. I was like, oh shit.
This was Gina's first win ever. So they had 2 minutes to raid Rotu's camp. And they pretty much took everything that Rotu had won on any reward challenge.
So petty. So smart, but so petty.
Yeah, like they took a lot. And as they're leaving, like Boston Rob's like holding up a pan, like, well, you didn't get this. Like, just talking shit, like in a very fun manner. John notices Gabe is really bonding with the 3 that came over from Mariamu. He talks
the dumbest thing ever.
He approaches Gabe and talks to him about his voting strategy. And Gabe pretty much said he didn't have one, and that he would tell John who he's voting for, beforehand. But now John sees him as an enemy. Like, he's not a number for John because he can't trust what Gabe's going to do. And immediately for John, that means you must go. John kind of makes an alliance of himself, the general, Zoe, and Tammy.
Those first 4 originals.
Yeah, and he approaches Sean about voting for Gabe, so that way there's not a tie. If in the event they go to tribal council. The immunity challenge is one that we've seen before. Each tribe has to build a distress signal without using fire to signal a ship from a distance. Is this the first time that we've seen it from a ship? Usually it's airborne, right?
Yeah.
So airborne. This is the first time, eye level looking towards where they are instead of looking from above.
Which is way more difficult. I'll give them that. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Especially with waves and whatnot. Like, you can't really...
Mariamu's raid, it proved useful because they used a lot of the supplies taken from Rotu to help with their signal. Rotu kind of came to the realization that they shot themselves in the foot because since they had the upper hand, they had to sit people out of the reward challenge, which mean for the immunity, it was the 3 former Rotu, so V and Rob and Sean, and Zoe. And yeah. And that really worried the general. Row 2 built a signal with their rafts and their life jackets, but the captain said that he didn't think that was a really good signal, which is funny. I thought it would, because you got the darkness of the trees, the bamboo, which was lighter, and then you had the pop of color from the orange vest. Like, I would think that would be good.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't as good as that American flag.
The American flag. One, because it's a recognizable symbol.
Yeah.
It's multiple colors, so that grabs your attention. But they also had white blankets, white against, the darkness of the jungle, and it was moving. So, yes. So, Mariamu was much more obvious. So, they win their second challenge in a row now, and it was their very first immunity. So, for most of row 2, this is going to, or at least half of the new row 2, this is going to be their first time going to tribal council.
Yeah.
John's trying to, get the votes the way he wants them. And he's really going after Gabe now, because Gabe has wronged him in his eyes. And Boston Rob had other plans. Was really thinking about taking out John. After talking to Rob, Gabriel weighs his option and continues to play his game. John worried that he might have hatched his plan a little too early, and that he might be going home. But Gabe's gone. Game was just kind of, apathetic and just there. He wasn't. I mean, he said he's not playing the game. He's just there for the experience. And I'm just like, dude, you took the spot of somebody who wanted to come out here and play the game.
Yeah, no, that's why I did not feel about Gabriel being eliminated. Like, I know we have a moment in episode 6 with Pascal and a letter, but I was like, Gabriel, he was here to vacation. Yeah, I don't feel bad.
Even though he voted against Gabe himself, Boston Rob told John that he's coming after him. So you got 2 alpha males going for the head of the tribe here. So with Gabe gone, John is really kind of in charge of row 2 and the 4 original row 2 members. So John and Robert and Zoe and the general. They all agreed to stick together till the final 4, or so they say.
Yeah.
Rob and Sean agree that the only option and the only hope they really had was that they won tribal immunity until the merge. Rob's starting to get a little bit suspicious of V. What do you think about what V's doing at this point in the game?
I understand that she doesn't want the drama and she doesn't like picking sides. She's a sweet lady, but in a game like this, something like that is going to get you eliminated. Sadly, in a game like this, and I also say this about Big Brother, you have to be ruthless and you have to sometimes make a definitive answer in what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And you can't just ride the fence and float by.
Yeah, you can't. We get through a reward challenge. It's a 3-part relay race. The first runner races through the jungle, unties a paddle, tags the second runner. Then they race to untie a second paddle and race back to the beach, where they break open coconuts to find a key that's hidden in a coconut. The 2 runners pass the paddles and the key to 2 other tribe members, and they unchain a boat, paddle the boat back out to retrieve a flag, then paddle back to plant their flags in a tiki. When the paddlers return to shore, they must push the boat to their chain, and both paddlers must be present at the tiki when they put their flag in. The winning tribe receives a meal of chicken, a quiche, bean salad, dessert, and because we must showcase our sponsors, Sierra Mist.
Hey, it was the first time it wasn't Dr. Pepper or beer.
Yeah.
I was
Dr. Pepper. I don't remember it ever
or
being
not
Dr.
Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, a new sponsor,
Yeah.
a new soda.
Yeah.
I've been drinking a lot of Dr. Pepper recently, so
I've been drinking a lot of Coke Zero. That's my thing right now. It's Coke Zero.
and the Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Yeah, I just can't drink a lot of it up front.
So,
Oh, it's very good. The Mariamu tribe is very shocked to see that Gabe was the one voted out.
yeah, that was I felt bad about that part.
Rob and Zoe, they destroy Pascal and Nalia in that first portion of the race. But then the other tribe picks back up steam because John and the general suck at paddling.
Yes.
So it allows Gina and Kathy to overtake them, retrieving their first flag. John and Robert managed to catch up. Gina and Kathy forgot to take their flags as they ran to the finish, allowing John and Robert to put their flags in the tiki first. Jeff announces that Rotu wins the challenge, but Mariamu is protesting, claiming Robert was not at the tiki before they got there, before they put their flag in the tiki. Jeff then went to the boats to see if they were in reach of the chains, like in football for the most part. Mariamu was fine, but Rotu placed their boat. It was, just ever so slightly out of range. So Jeff.
How do you have so many chances and still fuck up?
Yeah. Jeff stated Mariamu was correct and that Robert had to be at the tiki with John. Jeff corrected, and Mariamu wins the tribe. So Mariamu now has got their own little bit of a winning streak going on.
Kind of love that, but
which doesn't put it. Kind of like, what's the same variable here? When they were losing, it was because Sean and V and Rob were on Mariamu. But now that those three are on Rotu is losing. So it doesn't showcase those three as well.
No.
Which is funny because Rob Mariano becomes a challenge beast in his tenure in Survivor.
But they weren't even a part of this challenge.
Yeah.
Or it was John and John in general that fucked this.
Yeah, they couldn't row a boat.
So I can't even blame Robert and Sean about this. This was John in general that fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Even Robert called that out. Like, really? Like, I had this for y'all, and y'all ruined it. Dumb and Dumber. That's what he called it.
Yeah, very much so. Mariamu feasts, but Rotu, of course, is like, oh, we didn't need the food anyway.
Yeah.
Pascal's upset that Gabe is gone. He saw him as like a son because he's only got daughters. He and Nalia bonded with Gina, which that concerned Kathy, Kathy, she's found her way into the tribe. She
doesn't want to go back out.
Yeah. Boston Rob confronts Zoe about being in an alliance, which she denies that she's in an alliance with John and the general. And he then confronts John, who is confirming that the original 4 Rotu members were sticking together. Don't really know why this is where Boston Rob decided to go, but he asks about John's sexuality, and he does confirm that he is gay.
I was trying to figure that all out. I was like, why are we just now making this a thing?
Yeah, why? Who cares? The 4 original Rotu members discussed getting rid of Rob, but Tammy didn't want to throw a challenge. We get to the immunity challenge. So you got it. This is going to be a big thing you're going to see. I think we've seen something like this before, but you've got to retrieve the ladder rungs.
Yeah.
That's something that's
you saw it in Africa.
It's going to become a thing where it's because I've told you these challenges, the scale of them just keeps getting bigger and bigger and longer, and figuring out the order and how they fit up a ladder, the rungs, becomes a big part of a lot of challenges.
Yeah. What I loved about this challenge is John and General were like, okay, we got to throw this. Like, we've got to throw this as a tribe. And they're like, oh, you guys can't participate. So, like, the whole, like, them throwing it gets thrown out the window.
Yep. Yeah. But they're also roped together during this. And row 2 wins because
Robert needed it.
Yeah, like Boston Rob leads them to victory, and you get probably his most iconic moment in this season. He's the one that climbs up at the end with the flag, and you get the moment of victory from Boston Rob. Again, this is. I said it when we were at the end of Africa, as we're kind of starting to talk about starting this season, but this is the infancy of the Boston Rob legacy.
Yeah.
So we're seeing bits and pieces of what he will eventually become because he plays.
You said 2 or 3 more times?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
He plays 4 more times, and there's a weird season where he's almost a coach of a tribe.
All right.
It's weird. We'll get there. It's way later. It's a weird season. But row 2 wins. We get Boston Rob's, like I said, little celebratory moment. Mariamu, the hits keep on hitting because they get back to camp and realize they have no fire. Gina discuss if they should vote together to get rid of Nelia and Pascal, just to kind of break up that pair. But they end up arguing about whether putting and they also argued, like, everybody's on edge. Like, they're arguing about like sand and the fire and ashes and
awkward.
It's just everybody's stressed, and they're small tribe at this point. There's not a lot of options.
And they're a family. Like, they're the most close-knit.
Even Gina, who they've really welcomed Gina in to this group. I think if they had continued to win immunity and got into the merge, that they would that group would have stayed
dominant,
a cohesive voting block. At Tribal Council, Gina and Kathy fought for Nelia and Pascal's votes, but in the end, Nelia and Pascal they decided to stay loyal to their ex-Row 2 member, and they keep Kathy, and Gina is gone. So now Mariamu is all former Row 2 members.
Hilarious. Fucking, I'm sorry, but that's funny.
Yeah. That's where we're going to end it with this episode. What do you think with who we got left? Like, who are your standouts? Who do you think, because you haven't watched beyond this at this point, who are your front runners right now? Who do you think is going to be making it to the end?
General.
Okay.
Boston Rob.
Okay.
And I think a sleeper would be Pascal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited for you to go keep watching. So we'll continue on. Our next episode we'll cover how many episodes are in every season. I'm like,
I will be able to finish the season by the time next time you probably want to film, either this week, later this week.
There's 14. There's 8 more episodes, but technically 7 because one of them's a recap episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So before we get out of here, let them know where they can find you, everything you've got going on, all good things.
MJ DePustos on all social medias. You can catch me every Monday night with the Pro Wrestling Wizard Doug and the Ring Queen Michaela for Netflix and Raw as we watch Monday Night Raw live. That is a fun show to do.
That is.
We get unhinged. Speaking of unhinged, Queen's Court, some sort, will be coming back here soon with Bree and Husky Harris. You can also catch me on my own show, The Inner Circle with Wheels, as I just talk with my close personal friends about what they have done in their lives and their careers. Because I have always said I am the bottom tier of my friends list, and they are the most talented people I know. And then also every other Thursday, I will be hosting or learning the ropes on Cool TV, starting in a few weeks. Because XOJ and B-roll will be stepping down and taking care of life stuff. They will be doing the next episode with me though, as we talk about the LGBTQ community in pro wrestling.
Awesome.
That's gonna be fun.
You can find me DadHat Wrestling, all social medias, World Championship Wreckage YouTube channel on all social medias. Survivor Reignited. We have our own TikTok. Thank you for the growth there. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm kind of okay to just keep quickly getting through this season because it's not one of my favorites. It's not. It's like you've said on the last episode. It's a little boring. Not a lot happens. And I don't mean to disappoint or to get your hopes up, but not a lot really happens for the rest of the season.
So, I wasn't expecting it to.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to quickly pick up.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something that's so out of the blue though, because you always ask, "Do you need to watch the reunion show?"
Yes.
I'm not saying you need to watch the entire reunion show. But we get somebody different hosting. It's Rosie O'Donnell.
Gross. No.
Oh, it's funny. This was like at the height of like when she had the Rosie O'Donnell talk show.
The talk show. Yeah. MGS appeared on.
Sorry. Yeah, and it was which was awesome. But she comes in on a Harley, and the person takes off the helmet driving the Harley because she's just riding on the backside, and it's Colby from Survivor Australia.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is an interesting duo.
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell. I forgot that she had a moment in time where she was like a huge star.
Yeah. Oh, I was a huge Rosie fan.
Like I know her from the show, and I'm a big fan of League of Their Own.
Such a good movie.
It is. But outside of that, I
loved it. I grew up with the first Nickelodeon movie, the Harriet Spy movie, and you got the VHS was orange, and she's great in that.
I think I watched that once as a kid.
Oh my god, I used to I'm surprised that tape even lasted. I burned that thing because it was great. But I loved the books as a kid too. But anyway, we started with books. We're ending with books.
That's hilarious.
It's all circular. I had it planned. It's up here, not really. But yeah, so we'll come back next time. We'll knock out the next, next 3 or next 4, and we'll get through the season. Just a heads up. I don't know if you've looked ahead about where the next season is.
No.
After we leave the Marquesas, we're going to Thailand.
I like that.
We're going to Thailand. So, a little bit different. We've been Africa, we've been
the islands,
South Pacific and everything. This is our first getting
Asia
into that more of an Asian side of the world.
Do they ever do anything in Russia?
No.
I feel like that would have been fucking crazy.
I always said I feel like it wouldn't be great now that I think about it, but I used to be like, why don't they ever do something in the cold?
That's what I'm saying. A cold ass Russia would have been,
or Alaska, or Antarctica, or something like that. I don't know, but I mean, I feel like it would just be them. Every episode would just be them huddled together trying to stay warm. Yeah. So that's probably why. But yeah, so that's where we'll wrap it up here, and we'll catch you next time as we continue with our adventures through Survivor Marquesas. Bye, everybody.
See ya.